Hi, thanks so much for joining me. I have a special ask of you. I want you to listen to this episode while walking. We're going to lead you on a guided mindfulness walk. Now, we know that walking has incredible physical benefits. There have been many studies on that. There have been a lot of studies as well showing that walking is arguably the number one mental health medicine for you. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, while at the same time increasing energy and mood. It is so simple, yet so effective. So put on your comfy shoes and put in your earbuds and take a walk on the mindful side. Walking. Is there anything more simple and comes to us naturally? And that is the beauty of the benefits for your mental health, is the simplicity of walking. We all want to get more exercise. You know, I'm like you. I'm not a fan of working out. And I keep saying, okay, Monday I'll start doing this and I'll start doing that. But walking can be done right now, right this minute if you want. You don't have to put it off. You can go anywhere, anytime. And it doesn't matter the weather. There is one study, and I'll post this one for you. There's one study that actually shows that walking in the rain can actually improve the benefits for your mental and physical health. OntarioShores.ca/podcast. That is where you can find more information and more resources. We're going to be heading out on the trails with our mindfulness expert, and we're going to guide you through about a 20-minute walk. And as I said, once again, nothing special is needed, just some comfortable walking shoes and some comfortable clothing. We're going to go out there. You don't have to close, you won't be closing your eyes unless we stop at some point, which we will. And it's up to you if you close your eyes then or not. But we suggest you keep your eyes open while you're walking. We're in beautiful Port Perry, Ontario, on the many trails they have here. Dylan Zambrano is our mindfulness specialist, and he's going to lead us on this mindful walk. So take it away.
Okay, and so if you are joining us, I'll just invite you to, if needed, to pause and find a location where you can also participate in this walking meditation with us. And so we'll begin here wherever you're situated, to just take a moment to pause. Notice your feet planted on the floor, on the ground beneath you. Just noticing what's here in the mind and in the body in this moment. Notice the state in which you're arriving to this mindfulness practice. Noticing the quality of your attention and presence. Noticing if we're arriving with a distracted attention, with a focused attention. And just notice where the body connects with the ground beneath you as our anchor into this moment. Noticing the body here and the space you're situated in. As you rest here in stillness, noticing the arms resting by your sides. Noticing the weight of the body. And for this walking meditation, we'll begin with the first step. And just allowing yourself for the body to fall into a natural pace. Notice what it takes for the body to be in motion. As you do, noticing the air against your skin. Notice with each step the way your heels first touch the ground. And bringing awareness to the moments where the soles of the feet touch the ground as you plant the feet with each step. Notice what it takes as the toes leave the ground to take that next step. Notice the subtle movements in the body that's required to keep your body in motion. If at any moment we notice the attention wander away, you can use the body, perhaps maybe even using the breath, to re-anchor back into this moment. And as we expand the awareness beyond the body, bringing awareness to your surroundings. Taking a deep breath of fresh air. Noticing how this nourishes the body. And turning the attention to the environment that you're situated in. Noticing the features in the objects and things around you. Noticing features that are quite subtle and less obvious. Perhaps the environment around you might include things like trees or clouds in the sky. Or maybe you're situated somewhere that's a bit busier, with buildings, homes. And so this is just about bringing awareness to what's here right now. And as we expand the awareness to the more obvious things, what do you notice in the environment around you? You might notice the colors, the shapes, the ridges and objects around you. And turning the attention towards the soundscape. As we listen in for any sounds arising in the field of our awareness. Again, you might notice very obvious sounds. Maybe that's the sounds of the outdoors, of nature. Or maybe it's the sounds of city traffic. And see if you can notice any subtle sounds happening around you in this moment. The sounds of your footsteps. The sounds from noises happening in the distance. Taking in all the beauty that this moment and this environment has to offer. And as you continue on this walking meditation, noticing the quality of your presence as you bring your attention to the senses. As the opportunity to bring the attention into this moment. And notice that as we bring the attention to the senses, the invitation here isn't necessarily to be thinking about these experiences, nor are we judging these experiences, but simply bringing our attention to them in a non-judgmental, open, and very curious way. And when you're ready, finding a place to pause your walk.
I think this is a nice spot.
Yeah. And to rest here in stillness. Again, noticing your connection to the ground and the earth beneath you, and your connection to it. As you take a moment to pause here, just take in all the gifts that this moment, that this environment brings. Whether it's the colors around you, the trees or flowers that you're in the environment that you're situated in.
Hello.
The sounds that are arriving in your awareness in this moment. Noticing the air against your skin. And connecting with the breath. Taking a deep breath of fresh air as we take in the scents that are here in this moment. And just bring awareness to any changes in your experience, in the quality of your presence after taking these few minutes to be here in this body, in this moment that you're situated in. A moment for mindful presence. A moment for connection to this moment. Maybe the nature, surroundings that you were situated in. And the beauty that each moment can bring us when we're not swept away by distractions, to-do lists. Because when we take a moment to pause, to be still, when we can take a moment to not have to be anywhere else, to be doing anything else, but to be in this moment. This is an opportunity for presence, for groundedness, and for connecting with the nature around us. And so staying as long as we need with this mindful awareness. You might choose to continue on with your mindful walk or carry on with your day. And as you do, doing so with awareness and intention.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you walk to relax and enjoy, but it's when you're being mindful you realize how much is going on around you.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, these are things that we can often get distracted from, right? When we're kind of lost in thought, when we are focused on what we have to do next, when we're trying to get from one place to another, we often get distracted from what this moment holds, what this moment has to offer us.
Can we use those distractions as mindfulness, as being in the moment, even though it might be a little chaotic?
Well, and I think, distractions are certainly going to happen throughout any mindfulness practice, and part of the practice is about noticing when the attention wanders there. And when we notice that the attention wanders into those places, that's the opportunity for choice. Do we continue with that thought? Do we continue with the distraction? Or do we choose to orient the attention into this moment and to really take in what this moment has to offer?
No matter what, you're considering the moment. Like you're thinking consciously at that time what you're going to do.
Yeah. And I mean, you can certainly, think mindfully as long as you're doing so with attention and intention. That might be what's needed for the moment. If, you're needing to problem solve, to plan that to-do list, to do things as a part of your day, your work day, your school day, whatever it is that you're engaged in. And there are other times where we can get quite distracted by that and get lost in the ruminative thinking that can really take us out of the present moment, disorganize our thoughts, disorganize our attention. Mindfulness really helps to just do this with a little bit more attention and intention to these processes and choose to place our attention where perhaps it's going to matter most.
And we talked about this before, where when you're trying to be mindful or meditating, whatever it is, you always think you have to do it with your eyes closed. And that's not true.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that mindfulness has to happen through some sort of seated or lying down practice or meditation
on a mountaintop in Nepal.
That's right. And I mean, as you just saw, an experience, mindfulness can happen in our waking hours with the eyes open. It can happen, we can be mindful in really any moment, whether it's on a walk, whether it's eating, whether it's in conversation with others. The way that we're bringing our attention to the moment, noticing when we get kind of lost in that thought, and redirecting back to this moment.
Because it almost gives a more purpose to your walk too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and that's where I think like the word intention really comes out, right? Because I often describe mindfulness as a skill of attention and intention. And I think a lot of people understand that, yeah, when we're practicing mindfulness, it's about where we place the attention, but it's also purposeful, right? It's deliberate. It's how we're showing up intentionally in that moment that we're bringing our attention to.
Well, this has been very relaxing, and kind of energizing as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that can sometimes be the outcome of mindfulness. It's not always the outcome, but when we can rest the attention in the present moment, when we can have just a few more moments of groundedness, of calmness, is what really allows for us to kind of walk away from mindfulness practice feeling a little better after the practice.
All right, well, thank you once again, Dylan. Appreciate it. And we have put some resources for walking and for mindfulness on our podcast page, ontarioshores.ca/podcast. Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other.